Hello, my dear crafter. Today I bring you another potential bestseller for your summer markets and your craft fairs. Why do I say potential? Because this is the first time I make these, but I know, at least from my experience and what I hear from you, because many of you give me feedback, anything that you add a little pen and it's like a notepad or a notebook always sells, especially if you make it beautiful like this. Look at these guys. I am going to show you how to make this little purse or bag or holder, whatever you want to call it, and I'll give you some ideas on how to make this, because you can just make it simple. For example, you don't even have to add the handle because it does stay on your surface on your table, and that's the whole point. It does depend on you, it's up to you, but you can add a handle like this. That's the one we're making together, this one here. You decorate whichever way you want. So add the handle like this. You can add the handle like this and just add it to both sides. Not different at all, you just need two and you pull it around like this. Looks, it's my favorite. I would love to hear which one is your favorite, but we're going to make one like that. But same thing, guys, it's just two and you just pull it like that. Or this is even simpler, so it does depend on what you're going to do. If you're going to sell in markets, you can make this one, it's quicker because it's just one handle that goes all the way here. And what I do is, this is 1/2 inch, I make it 1 inch and I just I just fold it in half like that. I get the paper and I fold in half and I glue it just to make it more sturdy, because otherwise it won't be sturdy enough. Or you can just fold it in half like this and glue, okay? I just do it, I do it the other way, like half and half, and I make them in the middle, glue it in the middle, because then you don't show, you have both sides here the same. But this one, all you need to do is add one of these little Velcro dots. So it depends, if it's a gift, I always go, all the way and I take more time. It depends. The other thing too is, you don't have to cover your notebooks like I do here. The one we're making, I'm doing everything, so you learn how to do everything, how to cover it and how to add the handle. But you don't have to. Like this one, just use ones that match, because this is also simple for people who use the Post-it note. So it's up to you. I'm just giving you some ideas on how to do this. And I also have the link below to this Post-it note, because then you make sure that the side, because Post-it notes, they're all 3 by 3. The size doesn't change, but the thickness does. So I'll give you the link to this one, and you're always going to fit too, but you make sure that you will fit perfectly the sides, okay? So yeah, so this is it. I'm sure you're going to sell out all of these, and at the end of the video I'll give you some ideas on how to display these, okay? So let's now learn how to make these beautiful little notebook purses, I guess. And in case you're working on Christmas theme already, working for your craft fairs, this is one with the Christmas paper, just to show you possibilities, okay? I thought that would be helpful to you. Now let's just go back. And for those of you who are members of Paula's Corner, you have early access to the video showing you how to make this beautiful bag here. So that's your early access this week. Thank you so much for your support. And if you want to join, just click on join. You pay $4.99 a month and you get early access to video tutorials and also some exclusive ones. So that's that. Now let's learn. So that's that. Now let's just move on. So let me give you the measurements for the papers. For the box, we have a piece of paper that is 4 3/8 of an inch by 6. Now the handle, this is up to you, how high you want it, how low, but the one that I use is 5 inches by 3/8 of an inch. Can be 1/4 of an inch, again, that's up to you. And this is 6 1/2 by 3. And just giving you a tip here, because this is going to go around the 2 post-it notes. I usually make it like 3 in 1 hair. Just to give it a little wiggle room. You don't need to do that, but I always find that sometimes because you move the paper a little bit and then you don't want it showing. So just do 3 and then you move a little bit like a hair and add that to that. So let's make the box, okay? I am going to zoom in for you. It's pretty simple. On the short side, the 4 3/8 side, we're going to score at half right here. Let me get my hand. So this is 1/2 inch. It's on two places. 1/2 inch here and 3 7/8 of an inch, which will give 1/2 inch on the other side. So it's 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here. Then we're going to turn. That's all we need for that. We're going to turn and we're going to score at 1/4 of an inch. That's going to be the folding piece of paper on the top. 2 3/4, 2 3/4, 3 1/4 of an inch. And here we're going to do 3 7/8 of an inch. No, sorry, 5 3/4. Yeah, I was thinking, no, that doesn't make sense. So I'm going to repeat, okay? 1/4, 2 3/4, 3 1/4, and 5 3/4. And that is it for all our scoring. I'm gonna put that aside, and we're going to fold in the top. These folds this way because we're going to have it like that. We're going to now fold the rest. This paper was one of those paper sheets that we don't know what to do with because it has big images on the other side. So it's perfect for this because it adds some colors to the inside, but you don't have, because this is too big. I never use something that big unless it's like a notepad, but I don't use this kind of thing. So yeah, so that's that. We have all our folding lines all folded. I'm going to zoom in a little more. So basically we have 2 scoring lines here and 1 here, right? So we're going to cut all the way to this scoring line there, here and here. And we're going to do that on both sides. And I also like to cut it at an angle a little bit here. It just makes it easier. Same thing on the other side. Go all the way up to the scoring line. Cut at an angle. So there we go. And that's pretty much it for that. What I like to do is I like to glue the top. So I'm going to put a whole bunch of glue here. And I'm going to fold it in and hold it in place, because then all we need to do is to, I'm going to make sure that this is well glued. Use your bone folder for that. Just press it down. One side is ready and I do the other one, and then we glue the sides. That's what I like to do, the top and bottom first. And there we go. And I love that this folded with a solid collar, and it just gives it a nice touch, I think. I love that. So here what we're going to do now to make the little bag, it's like a purse, right? Is we're going to glue the sides. That's it. But we're going to hide this. I'm going to choose the side, doesn't really matter. So we're going to hide this flap here. And the way we do that is we're going to put glue on this side, and we're going to glue it on the top. And I like to press it down with my hands on the surface that you're doing, so it makes sure that it's flat. So see, you're going to glue it on the top of one of the sides because the other one is going to cover it, and that's going to be the front. So you hide everything. The flap is going to be hidden. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. we put the glue here. And again, I like to press it down on the surface to make sure that it's aligned. Press it here. So just hold it in place like this for a while. And that's that. But we are going to add this little, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We're going to add the handle. So the way I do this is, first of all, break the fibers of your handle so that it curls like that. We're going to add this to the inside because that's going to be hidden too. Because the moment you glue, everything is hidden, okay? You don't have to. Sometimes you like to show it. Let me see if I have one here. No, I hid all of it. But sometimes, so make sure it's the same one that has the flap. I'm going to put some glue. And I did this one, I think it was 5. I think I told you guys 5.5. I would do 6 just to have more wiggle room here. I like to go a little bit lower here just to have, see, this one is going to be a little bit too short. You know what, this is too short. I'm going to cut one that is 6 instead of 5.5, and I'm going to be back, okay? Yeah, 6 is better. I would even do 6.5 maybe, just to have more wiggle room here. So I'm going to do it again. It just looks right now. And I made it a little bit wider too. It's, you know, it's all up to you. It's your taste. So we're going to do both sides. I'm going to put a lot of glue here. Glue both sides here. Because when you do this and then you're going to cover, you hide everything. And it looks really nice. So the last thing to do is to put some glue. I like to put glue on this side here. Like that. Yeah, I have a lot of here. And I like to, again, press it to the surface of where you're working to make sure that it just aligns it better when you do that. And now I come with my bone folder and I just go inside and I press it down like this. Use your bone folder for that. It's perfect because it goes all the way in and it just makes it more evenly glued. So there we go. See, it's glued. Same thing on the other side. And there we go. We have our beautiful little bag. Now we're going to decorate because we're going, no, let's, you know what, let's finish the box first. So the way that I'm going, it's a purse, Paula. Quit calling it a bag. So I cut a little scalloped circle here because I found this is like a leftover Spellbinders decoration. This is like chipboard decoration, and I found this little cake, which is so cute. So I'm going to glue it, but I wanted it to have some, oh, there you go, perfect. So I glued that, but you use your ephemera, your stamped images, whatever you have. This is not a must. It depends on what you're doing. If this is for a gift, birthday gift, if it's for teachers, for your friends, it depends. You just decorate. I decorated each one very different ways, like I showed you in the beginning. So it depends. So we have a little purse. Look at that. So cute. So now let's do the post-it note. Like I said, you don't have to cover it. You can just put the post-it note like this, because they can individually pick one and use just one. But here, what I do is I don't want them floating like that. I don't do the individual wrapping. I wrap 2 together. And for that, you're going to have a piece of adhesive that is double-sided tape, and you're just going to use it here, and it went all the way down. If it's wider, it's even better, goes a little bit lower. But this one is good enough. So it holds it in place and it helps. So the way we do this is very easy because this is a simple just wrap around. We're going to press it down to hold it in place, and I like to just do this. I press it, and then I hold it in place like that, and I press with my fingers. I use my bone folder. You guys know I love my bone folder. And just so you know, the size of this paper is 3.5 again, because this is 3, but I want to have some wiggle room. So 3.5, so like 1/8 of an inch. And it is 6.5. We're not going to need 6.5, but again, I don't want to take the risk of wrapping it up and then finding out that I needed a little bit more because it's showing. So now what we do is we remove the tape, which is never easy with your hands like this. You have to have a pointy thing. So there you go. We're going to hold it in place and press it down. And because it has glue, it holds it in place really well, and it glues. So now what I do is I have, see, that's the wiggle room that I said we need. I'm just going to cut it off. It's better to have a little bit, you know, going off like this, but it's good. I have a little bit too much on this side, so I'm just going to go with my scissors and remove it. But it's, guys, there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of paper showing, because you can always cut it off. But if you don't do enough, then you can't add paper, can you? So that's it. So I have these. So it's gonna go in now. So it matches, and we're gonna do green this time. I'm gonna do, these are the best pans, guys. I'll have the link below. I've been looking for tiny pans, and the size of this one is perfect for anything Post-it related. So guys, that's it for today. How cool is that? Again, you can make it simple without the handles. Not a problem. You don't have to have handles. You can do 2 handles like this. Tell me which one you prefer. I would love to hear you. I don't know. I think I like this one better. It's more work, but again, it depends on what you're doing with it. If it's a gift to someone you love, then go all the way. Or you can do this closure here. So many options, same box. Do get these Post-it notes, because it will be the right thickness. I'll have the link to the Post-it note, and I'll have the link to the pans, okay? So that you can get, and you know it will fit perfectly. So these are the options. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Let me know which one is your favorite. I really like this one too, I have to say. I don't know, they're just so cute. Anyway, have a wonderful day, and let me know in the comments, and do click on that little bell to make sure that you see my new videos, because YouTube now is all about shorts, and it's hard to see your creators if you don't do that, okay? Thank you so much, and it's a way for you to support my channel too, because then I get views. Yeah, so that's that. I hope you enjoyed today's video and tutorial, and you make a whole bunch of these and share in the community tab, okay? Because you can now post pictures as well, not just me, okay? Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.